Folks, it is 1:47 a.m. I have just driven 4 hours back from the hot and sweaty desert of Las Vegas where I worked WrestleMania Day 2. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But today I want to cover something that I didn't get to cover before I left for Vegas, and to tell you guys it's fight week for Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. And your boy, that's right, me, myself, and I am about to fly to London in a day or so now, and I'm going to be covering things on the ground during fight week from the event and all the events leading up. But we're not going to get into this week's fight buildup just yet because there's a video that dropped from the Ring Productions while I was traveling to Las Vegas this week. It's called The Stars of Fatal Fury Times Square Come Together, a triple header roundtable. This is Todd Grisham hosting all of the fighters on the 3-fight May 2nd card. Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr., Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, and Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. All 6 fighters sat down with Todd Grisham, and I have a feeling this is going to be absolutely chaotic. We have some big personalities, even bigger egos. I think everybody knows what happens when they all get together. But before we get into the video, I want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video and the company that allowed me to work at WrestleMania this week. Thank you to Drumstick. Guys, I went to Vegas with really no expectations as to what I was going to be doing or how it was going to work. I've never worked with this company before, but to my surprise, Drumstick, yes, the best snack in America. I don't know if you guys have tried one, but you can get yourself a pack at any of your favorite snack spots. They were bringing this snack down on all the people at the event with great coupons, merch, swag, and everything else. And listen, you guys can see it. I was interviewing people. I was out and about in Vegas and then in Allegiant Stadium, where not only did I get to watch some of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history from the beginning of night 2 in the women's triple threat all the way up until the main event, and I was doing it all thanks to Drumstick. Like I said, they're the best snack in all of America. They're great to have on a hot day like we just had in Vegas. They are cold and refreshing. They are tasty and delectable. You got your chocolates, you got your nuts, you got your sundae cones, and more. And by the way, speaking of cones, your boy had his first cameo on WWE television because WrestleMania broadcast the Cone Zone, which I don't even know if we can show, but Leo, pull up the tweet. Anyway, to make a long story short, thank you to Drumstick for allowing me to come out to Vegas and share my experience with you guys from WrestleMania. From the moment I got there, seeing so many great fans and people in attendance, to sitting ringside and watching Cody Rhodes versus John Cena and the GOAT himself winning number 17. I had never been to WrestleMania before that moment, and because of Drumstick, it was a dream come true for me. So make sure you guys check out Drumstick on their socials. I'll link that in the description. And pick up a box for yourself today at your favorite Ralph's Pavilions, Walmart, Kmart, Albertsons, Target, or wherever else you find your favorites. All right, no further ado, let's take a look at the chaos that reigned in the triple header roundtable. Let's just call it concept that we need to thank the Ring for. Let's see how these fighters interacted with Todd Grisham at the helm. Bro, they got everybody out there. Look at everybody. Devin's in a coat. Arnold's in a long sleeve shirt. Ryan's in a fur coat. Todd is in a double coat. Rolly's in a coat. Jose Ramirez is in a coat. And this fool Teofimo Lopez is rocking overalls with the freaking nippies out. No undershirt. Got the Allen Iverson armbands and a Nike Jordan shoe hanging from one of his overalls buckles with one wired iPod headset in and his glasses on crooked. This dude is something else.
Teofimo decided not to wear a shirt despite it being 49 degrees.
Yeah,
How
okay.
are you feeling over there right now?
Thank you. Yeah, this is insane work.
We're here to take over and Times Square take over. You know, we got a great card overall, man. This is like this is a triple header. This is main events anywhere possibly. And for everybody, I mean, I'm excited, truthfully. Truthfully excited.
What is Theo talking about? The anywhere is possibly, amazingly, I'm excited, truthfully. My man's got the LEs to end the sentences off. He's got them down pat.
I can't believe I'm here, man. Like, you pinched me, man. We actually all come from, like, the same class, other than these two old heads. But, like, we all come from the same class. Like, this is pretty awesome, man. And no disrespect, man. You guys got us before we did. But, like, that's pretty dope. To really be out here and we're gonna stage in front of where they ball drop. I'm on my fabulous shit.
Pause. I know what he's saying though, man. They are on a big stage. right in the middle of Times Square where they dropped the ball for New Year's. But it just sounded crazy when he said, yeah, man, we're on stage where they ball drop. I love it, though. At least we got some energy. In the previous press conferences, it just felt like, you know, Ryan's obviously out of his crash out mode and you know, saying just wildly disrespectful and insane things. Jose Ramirez is not a big talker. Arnold Barboza is a big talker when it comes to just, I don't think he just genuinely, I think he hates Teofimo. Devin Haney doesn't have a lot he can really say right now. And then Rolly is just on some chill shit. So you needed someone to really bring the banter and be a little bit more brash. And Tio's doing that. Fair play.
I know if you win your fight, you'll get a rematch with Ryan.
I'm trying to take this serious. And I know I'm trying not to keep pausing, but Teofimo is like showing his playlist to Jose Ramirez. And Ramirez is like, I don't give a shit, dude. I'm trying to pay attention.
How do you feel about rewarding?
Now he's going to show it to Ryan. What is wrong with this dude, man?
And what do you expect out of yourself when we see you May 2nd? Are you going to be a different fighter than what we're used to seeing?
Yeah, no, I faced adversity, and so now I think I'm an even better fighter. I think that, you know,
Again, I'm trying to focus because it's a real question. Look at Tio, man. He's so dumb. But the question is a real one from Todd Grisham. He's asking Devin Haney, you know, are you a changed fighter or did you make adjustments? Like, what are you going to do different? And Devin Haney, make no mistake about it, needs to make real changes in the way that he boxes because at the highest level, the two things that Devin Haney does very well, and that is jab and move his feet. One, he didn't do very well in the Ryan Garcia fight, but two are not enough at this level. If you don't have a one-hitter quitter, which Devin Haney we've seen does not punch like Ryan Garcia, doesn't punch like Teofimo, doesn't punch like Rolly Romero, doesn't punch like Gervonta Tank Davis, doesn't punch like Jared Ennis, doesn't punch like these guys that you would need to be able to lack the one thing that Devin Haney has lacked throughout his career. And I don't know if it was because he was bigger than everybody else or because when guys that punched him and touched him on his chin did so, they were just not able to affect him. Like Linares touched him with the left hook and hurt him. And I think that's where everybody should have looked, but it's sometimes hard to make a mountain out of a molehill. Point is, Devin Haney better have worked defensively to become more sound without just using his feet to slide in and out of range and just working behind his jab, because now people have seen the blueprint. As Haney jabs, you throw your counter hook, or as Haney jabs, you slip and bang a shovel hook or an uppercut or whatever. And those things, if hand placement isn't correct, if he overcommits, his feet are flat, it's going to get him hurt. So I hope, even while Teofimo is doing his dance here, that Devin Haney has taken those things into consideration. I think you'd think he has to. Bro, this dude Teofimo is now trying to throw the aux cord to Ryan Garcia and be like, fam, check out my SoundCloud. Let him listen to the music. What the fuck is going on?
How confident are you that you can beat Ryan?
Oh, I mean, you should. I'm the most confident fighter in the damn world. I'm going to always, you know.
What's it take to beat him?
Got to crack him just, you know, right there.
You heard he already gave you a strategy.
Strategy's crazy, you know. I mean, he's a strong fighter. He's you know, he has power in his hands, so I got to be sharp the whole way through. And you know, can't take nobody lightly. I don't. I think that his fights after Tank, I kind of see, you know, he doesn't seem the same to me like I told him in the face-off, but he's going to have to prove me different. And we'll see.
I don't think that we've seen that face-off yet. But, yeah, if you're asking the question, what do you do? How do you beat Ryan Garcia? I mean, the game plan, the formula, it's tough because the Tank fight, he goes in with a broken rib, and he gets dropped with a shot to the body, and that's the end of the night. Also, yes, the weight cut, the rehydration, all these things were a factor, but you go through that fight, you go to the Luke Campbell fight. Both those guys were southpaws that hit him with big left hands. Granted, Rolly's not a southpaw, but if you can get Ryan to give you respect in the fight and calm down a little bit, which Ryan really doesn't do. Even in the Tank fight, yes, you know, he ended up getting dropped. He walked right forward, right at Tank, came back, walked right at him again. So same thing to Luke Campbell. Got dropped with the left hand, came back, walked right at him again. So you're going to have to put him down. And like Rolly said, you're going to have to crack him with stuff. To the body, upstairs, all of that. That's honestly why I think this main event, for as long as it goes, is going to be fireworks. I do think Ryan stops Rolly, but I think it's going to be 3 or 4 rounds. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. Every exchange is going to be, oh my God, someone could be knocked out in the next punch. That's how, honestly, I feel for the first couple of rounds, and then I think Ryan starts to take over.
Devin, I know obviously the left hook was a problem for you against Ryan Garcia. What have you done to change your style a little bit defensively, or have you?
Good question.
No, I mean, I definitely have.
Fight back. Don't let him talk to you like that.
Shut up. God damn. Like, you don't stop talking.
Fuck no.
But
I'm sorry.
anyway,
That was a good question. Fight back. Look, Arnold Barboza's even smiling. He got him going. And Arnold, I know, doesn't like Teo, but that one got him. Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest elephant in the room, right? You have to ask Devin the question, like, what have you done to not let that happen again? But everybody on stage saw that happen, so yeah.
no, I mean, in that fight, I showed flaws, and you know, I went back to the drawing board, went back to the gym, and I made those corrections. So I look to show them on May 2nd.
Do you think going forward you're going to be a little more conservative, more defensive-minded in your next fight?
No, I can't say that. Like I said, I had to.
Okay, that one seemed a little more. I was like, hey, you gonna work on any defense in your next fight, or what we thinking?
He's not going to be easy in the rematch. I don't expect it. We're going to come with good game plans, but I'm ready to prove that I could always beat him.
You know, again, they're doing this talk about the rematch and all that. They can have the rematch. He still got fights in front of him, and I don't want either guy to overlook Rolly or Jose Ramirez, because an off night against either of those guys, either against Rolly could have you laying flat on the canvas, or against Ramirez could have you beat. You know what I'm saying? Or knocked out. So focus on your fights. I mean, again, this is the point of it. Turki Al-Sheikh has already said that he wants to see them in the rematch in October, so I get the build for it for sure, but let's get these fights in our way done first.
Is he the best fighter you have faced, you think?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think so. You know, you gotta give credit's due. You know, he did his thing too. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I look up to. You know, I like to fight to a competition. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna level me up. You know, in training camp, it's gonna level me up. You know, just my mindset. I'm ready to go.
And where do you rank him amongst your opponents?
Answer.
It's the best fighter I'm about to face. It's what it is.
Yeah.
They put him in front of me. Then we go and then we define the odds and we beat him. It's what it is. Never anything ever changed after that, you know? So I look forward to a great fight.
I look forward to it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck you, though.
Nah, fuck you, bitch.
Still don't like you.
I still don't like you either.
You know what I mean?
I still don't like you. Still, we wouldn't have ever been friends in this type of life.
Teo did something so funny right there. What they're both doing there is complimenting each other. Todd getting him to say, you know, hey, you know, who's the best, whatever, and they both give each other flowers. Yes, he's the best I've ever fought. He's the best I've ever fought. And he kind of lures Barboza into doing that more. Like, hey, you know, it's gonna be a great fight on the night. You know, we'll see what happens. And Barboza's like, yeah, it will be a great fight. In the middle of it, no, but still, fuck you. Barboza's kind of caught off guard. He's like, fuck, you're a bitch. Immediately flips it on him, goes right back to talking shit. I love it, dude. And again, they were the most interesting part of the press conference, too. Just give these guys the face-to-face, which I'm sure they did. And I cannot wait for. We're definitely breaking that down. But yeah, Teo's just awesome, man. He's just the best.
I still don't like you. Still, we wouldn't have ever been friends in this type of lifetime. No
Look,
lifetime,
smiling.
bro.
Ain't nobody smiling over
Bro,
here.
I don't give a
Tighten
fuck.
up. All right, now.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking clown
This
show
is what
right
we
with
do.
these guys. Everyone sitting here could agree with that.
Yeah,
So,
damn
it is
right.
what it is.
I'll say that. Yeah, we are. We're the biggest clowns in this shit. But that's what makes it that much greater. That's why I
Fucking red
train
nose
every
on
day.
and shit.
That's
Big
why I
ass
train
nose.
even more, because I know what it takes. All I gotta do is lose by you, because the odds are already in your favor. Whether they want to put it in different atmosphere. I've been here. They gave me my first stain loss before any of y'all.
I like that he owns it, that he's playing the game and he's telling you he's playing the game. It's really hard to talk shit to someone when they just own what they are. He calls Teo a clown. He's like, yeah, I am, which is why I have to win. I put as much pressure as I do on myself, and I'm assuming he's talking about Senior, Teofimo Lopez Senior, also behind him somewhere talking shit as well, which has kind of been how it's always been for Teo in his career. They put this much pressure on themselves so that they train so hard to go and back it up. It's not even reverse psychology, but just put as much pressure on yourself so external sources can't. It's Eminem 8 Mile versus Papa Doc, right? You say all the bad shit about yourself so they can't do it.
It never works that way, bro. It's business. It's a business,
God, bro.
Remember that. It's a business. They did it to me before any of you guys.
Did what? Did what to you?
The business aspect of boxing, all
come
right?
on, bro. Start with
So
this
my
shit.
thing is, I know what I'm coming up from. The fact that they were gonna give you and let you hold that belt right there,
Bro.
the Fatal Fury.
You're saying
You ain't even
Cambosos
earned that
didn't beat
shit.
your ass.
Bro, what?
You're saying Cambosos didn't beat your ass?
No, he did not.
Oh my God, bro. What
He
you
did
talking
not.
about?
He didn't?
No.
Fuck, bro.
What'd he
You
do?
fucking stupid.
I beat my own ass.
Oh my God, he hit himself in
Damn
the
right.
ring.
I did it to myself.
Oh man.
Absolutely. How many times they postponed that fight? How many times?
No, when y'all fought. Did he
Yeah.
beat your ass when y'all
No,
fought?
he did not.
Okay.
I put him down in the 10th round with my conditions on top of that. And you shouldn't be talking right now.
Okay, before he starts going off, and I guarantee he's going to roast Devin again. Teo got beat by George Kambosos. It's what happened. If you do want to talk some stuff to Teo, that one seems to be a sensitive subject for him, but he did lose the fight. He lost it. Now, is it one of those situations where, in my opinion, Teofimo wins that fight 9 times out of 10? Yeah, for sure. And he did, I think, have a heart condition, or there was rumors about it. I don't remember. But he did have some things that we could, you know, chalk it up to, whatever. But he lost that night. Straight up, it's what happened. He can say he beat himself. No, George Kambosos beat him. It is what it is. That might be the angle you need to take.
And you shouldn't be talking right now about beating asses, because the man's to my left don't whip that.
I got my O. Do you?
You got your O.
I got my O. Do you?
I got my ring. You got your ring?
Okay, I had a ring.
You had.
And I gave it up.
Plural.
I gave it up. Yeah.
Had.
First off, Devin claiming he still has his O. Okay, yeah, sure, but we all saw what happened. Now, again, you want to be in the camp of Ryan's Osterine was the only reason that happened, that's fine. I'm not in that camp. I think that left hook lands a few times, Osterine or not, and Ryan wins that fight. I just think, looking back on it in retrospect, the matchup that Ryan has been for Devin throughout the years was a problem. And for whatever reason, I didn't, and a lot of people didn't see it. We found out, just like Devin found out that night, that it's still the same damn problem. But then Teofimo hits him with the grammar lesson and says, yeah, you had your ring belt, because they're asking who's got their ring belts. You had your ring belt, but now you don't. It's not, you don't have, you had, plural. What he means to say is past tense. I don't know where he got plural from, but that's just more than one thing. It had nothing to do with what he was talking about. Had, plural.
No, had.
I get that one too.
I have.
You have an O.
I have a half.
Okay then.
An O?
I have a half. Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Kambosos fucked you
Who cares
up.
about O's?
Kambosos
Muhammad
fucked
Ali
you
had
up.
5 losses.
Kambosos
Sugar Ray
fucked
Leonard
you
had
up.
losses.
Kambosos fucked you up.
Shit. Ryan Garcia has losses. This is his main event.
Kambosos fucked you up.
Facts.
Shit. But why he ain't asking for another one? But I ain't even focused on that.
I love that point. If we are like legitimately talking about the O stuff, the O chasing, obviously everybody wants to be perfect in boxing, but it's also a detriment to boxing that we have this culture of keep your O. If you don't have your O, you're no longer an all-time great, when all of the all-time greats outside of one man, Floyd Mayweather, have one or multiple losses on their record. It's just part of the game. When you take risks constantly, and not to say Floyd didn't, Floyd's just an otherworldly fucking being. 1 loss is 2 losses, even fucking 5, 6 losses don't make you a trash fighter. They make you someone that's seasoned, that went through tough opponent after tough opponent, and eventually someone had your number. But if you came back from that and continued to be great, that didn't mean that your 1 loss defined your entire career.
You is what I'm focused on. You heard? And you
get
gonna
your
get
ass
it.
You're gonna get your ass beat, dog.
All Diddy. No Diddy, all Diddy.
There's a reason why. There's a reason.
You gonna get it. All Diddy, no Diddy, all Diddy. That man is flipping the light switch of Freaky right now, talking to Arnold Barboza. Crazy, dude.
I feel like I won the fight no matter what. You know, I think that was set up, you know, in case they lost. That's how I truly feel. What rubs me the wrong way is how his brother knew that I was going to test
how could you
positive.
Set it up?
How do you know? How do you know?
How could we set it up?
How do you know?
He said he had a dream.
How do you know, though? How do you know? Nobody wants to answer that question.
He didn't know. He
I
didn't
had
know.
to shit that the fact that when you guys
Shut
aired
the
it out,
fuck
ESPN,
up.
you was
Shut the
with
fuck up.
ESPN. Where? In
Wait, what?
Connecticut? Was
No,
you
I
at
was
the
in
headquarters?
LA. I was in LA. What are you talking
You
about?
was in LA though, right?
I went
But
to
that
the
was
headquarters
quick.
in LA. I
That
live
was
in
quick
LA.
for them to
I
announce the
live in
fact
LA.
that he was popped on
I live in LA. I
Osterine.
went to the headquarters. You just said I was in Connecticut. You don't know what you're talking about.
No matter what it was, headquarters,
No matter
I
what it
understand,
was,
but
you
the
don't know
main
what you're
headquarters
talking
in
about.
Connecticut.
I went to the one in LA.
I thought you was going to be in the main one. My bad.
No, I didn't. I
My
went to one
bad.
in LA.
Shit. No matter what the case, they aired it out the same fucking day. ESPN. And the only reason why ESPN now is putting the undisputed thing now is because they leaving Top Rank and we could sue him for defamation.
For what?
The fact that I became undisputed
You was
against
undisputed,
Lomachenko.
too.
When
Yo,
it
you're
takes
delusional.
all.
You're delusional.
When it takes all.
You're delusional.
A lot of y'all could sue and I don't do it because I ain't this
You're
fucker.
delusional.
I ain't this sucker.
You're delusional.
This man sues. We
You're
don't
delusional.
sue. We just take it to the chin. It is what it is, and we keep it moving. We keep it stepping. And you know what? By the grace of God that it be, that's why we're sitting here with all these great, wonderful champions, all right?
Well, Devin, how do you feel?
It's like a Michael Scott sentence. He starts it and he just keeps going until the words stop coming out of his mouth. You know what I mean? Let's talk about what was said here though, because it's very interesting. Ryan Garcia says that they set him up, meaning that Haney's, Bill, Devin. I assume this is gonna go back to Victor Conte and that whole story. I can't with any certainty prove that anyone tried to set Ryan up, especially not the Haneys. Like, I don't know how that would even be possible. Now, he's using the fact that Devin Haney's brother knew that Ryan tested positive before anyone else did, or he said that he had a dream about it or whatever to confirm that, when in reality probably what happened is somebody that is close to W.A.D.E in Victor Conte found out Ryan was positive before others did and probably told the Haneys. But regardless, what most likely happened and what I've steadfast held belief in since I've done a little bit more digging into what Ryan tested positive for and what the potential of usage of it could have been and what potentially it could have been in, I think Ryan probably tried to take a fat burner or something else to help him cut weight to a reasonable level because he was having trouble doing it because he was also drinking alcohol damn near every day of the fight week and of fight camp. And it was hard for him to sweat out after being dehydrated already from drinking so much alcohol. Yeah, I think there was probably a little bit of that. And the whole setup thing, there's just no proof for it. At least nothing that I've seen.
Nah, at the end of the day, my main focus is Ramirez because, you know, if I don't win that fight, then I don't get to the Ryan
Facts.
fight. So that's my main focus right now.
They'll find a way for
And
you.
then,
They'll find a way.
Shut the
Jose,
fuck
how do you view
up.
this? Do you view
All
this?
you do is ramble all day. That's all you do.
Dog, it's so easy for Teofimo to rattle Devin. Like, he has to understand that at this point, Teofimo's just doing it to get a reaction. And he gets the reaction every time. This is like Ryan doing the same thing during fight week and then in the fight getting the same reaction. Devin has to learn, like, they're just doing it to troll. They're just doing it so that they get a rise out. And it seems, listen, I don't know if correlation equals causation in this case, but it seems that that happens outside and inside the ring for Devin. And right now, Teo is just teeing off on him, just line after line, getting any reaction he wants. He's just playing with him like Geppetto on strings, man.
Tio, he keeps bringing up you and your pops. Does your dad make things harder for you or easier for you when it comes to hyping up fights and performing in the ring?
He makes them a lot harder. Yeah, my father always been that way. I mean, he's called out Lomachenko before I even thought about Loma. So it's always been in some way, you know. I trust my father. I know that he knows I could beat anybody. So it's really what it is. It just makes it better, though, too, at the same time. He's a hell of a trainer, I would say. So, you know.
Again, I love it because you can't really talk shit to Teofimo unless, again, you bring up the Cambosos fight. That seems like a sore subject, but he's just honest. Barbosa's like, yeah, his father's a clown. He's a clown. I don't respect him. I don't respect the way they do things. And then Todd sticks it on him. Yeah, do you think your dad makes it harder for you, the way he talks about your opponents and all this, you know, your ability and how you're going to smash guys? And Tio's like, yeah, he makes it hard on me. But that's why we do all the hard training. That's why we go in and lock into a different degree, because we put all this pressure on ourselves. That's how it has to go because of the way they talk. Barbosa might not respect it, but I do.
All right, yo, you know what time it is, man. It's a takeover, Times Square takeover. No matter what it is and how they say it, we make it exciting. We make it fun to watch, really. And every time Teofimo fights, it's a fight. You know what I mean? That's what everybody is here to do, is fight, but we make it look great and pretty. I'm so happy. I'm thankful to be here. May 2nd, I mean, why can't it be May 2nd tomorrow? Because we're ready now. So let's get it.
Teofimo. Okay, let's get it. All right. It just starts his promo. Oh, my Lord. He had everybody laughing, too. I don't even know what to say. It's just funny. He's just fucking funny, man.
You always talk a lot of trash, but today you've been Mr. Gentleman. Can we get something out of you? What are you going to do to Rolly here in Times Square?
I plan to retire Rolly after this fight. I plan that he never steps in the ring again. I put him to sleep, and then we go after Devin Haney. That's what I plan to do.
All right, there you
know
have
I ain't retiring.
I feel like you.
But you and
we're
Devin
gonna
can
retire.
fight after, but, you know.
Okay, we'll see.
You
We'll see.
gotta worry about me. But, you know, the best thing is I know I'm going to get the best Ryan Garcia on fight night. So there ain't no fucking excuses or anything.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
There you have it. We will see you May the 2nd live.
There you go. Ryan says he wants to retire Rolly Romero. That he doesn't want him to walk in another ring again. Okay, got really dark there at the end. Anyway, that was awesome. A triple header roundtable that I don't know why we haven't done before. Probably because we haven't had this many exciting names at one weight class or, you know, around the same weight class, fighting on the same card and potentially fighting each other down the line in a very long time. So shout out to the Ring for the idea and the execution. And I think the MVP has to go to Teofimo Lopez. He absolutely cooked Devin Haney, and for whatever reason, he went after Devin Haney the whole time. He's not even fighting him. But the moral of the story is, if you know it's bait, please don't bite. Devin Haney bit on every single piece of bait that Teofimo threw out there. And then on the other side, Teofimo was Teflon Don. Nothing could stick to him because he just admits it out front. I cannot wait to keep watching the build for this. But the biggest question we have that's unanswered, no, it's not, is Devin Haney going to figure out how to defend himself? No, It's not, is Teofimo Lopez ever going to put a shirt on, or are those nipples going to cut more than the edits on this video? It's simply who wins and why on May 2nd from Times Square, the 3-fight card. I don't have those answers, but as we get closer, we're going to break it all down. So then and only then, while I'm live in New York City for the Fatal Fury 3-fight card, what happens? Who wins? Guess we'll find out.